Hello and welcome to Dice and Demons. I'm Emma, and today we're going to be taking a look at some good news from Games Workshop that came out late last night. So, as most of you probably know, Saturday was the launch of the Indomitus pre-order, and well, to be totally fair, it was a bit of a mess. A lot of people had been looking forward to getting their hands on this box, and when they tried to order it from the Games Workshop store, the site crashed and it was unavailable after some places 4 or 5 minutes. So that was a bit of a mess, especially because then after about 5 or 10 minutes, you could go onto eBay and you could start seeing scalpers trying to flip it for 2 or 3 times the amount of money Games Workshop were charging. So that was a bit of a mess, and a lot of people were really upset about this. Games Workshop had really been hyping this box, so and they had been promising everyone they'd made loads and loads and loads. So everyone was, quite confident that they were actually going to be able to get a box, and then for it to sell out after 5 minutes, that was just not what people had been hoping for. That's for sure. So everyone was understandably a bit upset. But then last night, Games Workshop released this article on the Warhammer community site, and it says, "Missed Indomitus will make you one." And they say, "As we're sure you noticed, the Indomitus launch set for the new edition of Warhammer 40,000 sold out incredibly fast online this weekend." We definitely noticed, that's for sure. And they say it's great news because it means a lot of people are interested in the Warhammer hobby, which is fine. And then they say, "On the other hand, we've heard quite a few of you had a frantic weekend of trying to secure yourself a copy. That wasn't the plan, and we're going to put it right." And I like that they acknowledge that. It wasn't a lot of fun for all the people who was actually trying to just get their hands on something they had been looking forward to and perhaps even saving money to be able to buy, and then it was suddenly unavailable. So I like they acknowledged that. So what's happening? And they say, "Well, Warhammer is growing so fast, sometimes it takes even us by surprise. When we said we made loads of this set, we weren't kidding. There were way more Indomitus launch boxes made than any other box set in the history of Warhammer, and not by a small margin." So I think they just seriously miscalculated how many people would be interested in buying this box. And then they say, "Thankfully, that wasn't all of them. All those copies in our online store were just part of the Indomitus story. Right now, there are loads of copies making their way to Warhammer shops and independent stockists around the world. So even though the online stock was sold out in minutes, there are still more box sets available. So that's fine. However, they write, "If we want to make doubly sure everyone has the chance to get their hands on an Indomitus set of their own. We made it to celebrate the new edition, and what's a celebration without everyone getting involved?" Yeah, definitely. And so, made to order. Here's what we're going to do. Today we're going to be making Indomitus available as a made-to-order item for a limited time. If you missed out on the pre-order and or aren't able to make it to a store for launch day, you'll still be able to secure a copy. So I really, really, really like that they are going down this route. I like that they acknowledge this was a mistake. This made a lot of people unhappy, and that was not the plan. That is not the way they wanted to launch the new edition of Warhammer 40,000. And I really like that, and I appreciate that they acknowledge that this was not what they had hoped for, and this was not the way they wanted the fans to experience the launch of the new edition. So you can now order it as a made-to-order item, but for a limited time. I think this is fair. I mean, I would prefer if this was available for the entirety of the new edition. But they have said all along that the Indomitus box would be a limited box set. So I guess this is fair. They don't say for how long it will actually be available. I mean, a limited time, that could be a week or that could be a month, I don't know. So if you want this box, I think it would be probably be prudent to just order it as soon as possible. And they say these will be limited to one per customer order, and we'll be making them as fast as we can. We don't have an exact delivery date just now, but it might be up to 120 days before you receive your copy. I mean, 120 days, that's about 4 months, which is, on the one hand, not ideal. A lot of people are buying this box not only for the models, but also to get their hands on the core rule book. And waiting 4 months before you get that to be able to actually play the game, that is of course not what everyone was hoping for. On the other hand, I understand that they have a whole production line that they need to have set up. They have workers, they have a factory, they have all sorts of things that need to line up in order for them to make these boxes. And I think it's nice that they aren't just saying, oh, it might be a little while before you receive your copy, but they actually give you a deadline saying you will receive it within 120 days. I think it's nice that they are honest about it. Of course, everyone would prefer to get their box set immediately. That's for sure. But I do think it's nice that they recognize it. And they say the way it will work is simple. Place your order on gamesworkshop.com. The noble adepts in the Games Workshop factory will make you your very own Indomitus set, and then they'll send it out to you. So that's fine. Bear in mind, if you want a copy of Indomitus for the official launch date of July 25th, your best bet is to check with your local Warhammer shop or friendly local Warhammer stockist and see if they have one for you. There are literally tens of thousands of Indomitus boxes being shipped to stores around the world right now, and supporting your local store is a great way to help the Warhammer community in your area. I really like that they included this last bit about supporting your local store, and I think that is especially important right now as a lot of people are struggling with the lockdown and everything. I always think it's a great idea to support your local store if you use it and if you appreciate the community they are building. But especially at these times when so many people are having a really, really hard time, just keeping their businesses open. So if you are at all able, I think you should support your local game store. Me personally, I have ordered 2 sets of the Indomitus box from my local game store. I'm splitting them with a friend. He's getting the Space Marine half and one of the books, and I'm getting the Necron halves and the other book. And it's going to be a lot of fun because on launch day, July 25th, we'll be going to the store and we'll be getting our boxes, and then we'll go to our local gaming club where we have sort of a build and paint marathon set up where we'll meet at noon, and then we will be building and painting until midnight that day. So I'm looking forward to that. That's going to be a lot of fun. So let me hear in the comments below, what do you think about this whole thing? Were you furious that the Indomitus boxes sold out so fast? Are you going to be placing a made to order at the Games Workshop web store now? Or do you think potentially waiting 4 months is just too long of a wait? What do you think? Are you happy that they took this step, or do you think it's too little too late? Let me hear in the comments below. So thank you so much for watching this video, and I hope you'll consider giving it a like and subscribing to my channel. Thank you so much. Bye.